Well, what a sensational transfer window it's been, with more money spent than ever before. As ever, the Football Spy Show has been there every step of the way, sponsored by our friends at Renault.co.uk. So let's run you through the winners and the losers from deadline day. Now the winners, well, look no further than Chelsea, who now have arguably the most formidable front line in the Premier League, with Torres joining for £50 million. He lines up alongside Anelka, Drogba and Salomon Kalou. Chelsea have also signed arguably the best young defender in European football in David Luiz for £22 million. Liverpool are also one of the big winners. They may have paid over the odds, but they've paid a combined total of £59 million for the World Cup super striker Luis Suarez, the hottest prospect in English football, Andy Carroll. You have to say the jury is out on whether Carroll's former club Newcastle are winners or losers. On the one hand, they've picked up £35 million for a player who cost them nothing, came through their academy. On the other hand, the team is considerably weaker without Andy Carroll, and they failed to bring in a replacement. Blackpool may believe they're winners, but they're now stuck with an unhappy player after blocking the sale of Charlie Adam to Liverpool. Spurs are definitely one of those losers after failing to get a new striker in. No Aguero, no Llorente, no Negredo, and certainly no Giuseppe Rossi, despite the fact that Tottenham allowed Robbie Keane to join West Ham on loan. Spurs also failed to bring in a new midfielder. Moves for Lassana Diarra at Real Madrid and Phil Neville at Everton came to nothing. They also failed to complete a late move for Charlie Adam to cap a miserable deadline day for Tottenham fans. Just one other deadline day loser, Sean Wright-Phillips at Manchester City. He stays where he is despite interest from Newcastle, Everton and Bolton. City only wanted to sell him. They didn't want him to go out on loan. But let's run you through some more winners, because the former Newcastle striker Obafemi Martins has signed for Birmingham on a 6-month loan deal. The Dutch attacker Nasser Barazit has joined Austria Vienna on a free transfer from Arsenal. The midfielder Andy Reid has joined Blackpool until the end of the season. The young striker Ruben Rashina, he's been signed by Blackburn from Barcelona. Other deals coming through to us: Gerard Houllier at Aston Villa. He's signed Michael Bradley, the midfielder from the German club Borussia Mönchengladbach, and James Beattie, the striker, he's been signed for Blackpool from Rangers. A few of the men that have got away, and Newcastle failed with a £12 million move for the Wigan winger Charles Nzogbia just a half an hour before the 11 o'clock deadline. Why? I've got no idea. They needed a striker. Liverpool are understood to have been priced out of an ambitious move to take Micah Richards from Manchester City. We're hearing all sorts of clubs try to take Andriy Arshavin from Arsenal on loan. Manchester City, they failed in a bid to take the highly rated striker Javier Pastore from Palermo. West Ham failed to get a work permit, which would have enabled them to sign the former Fulham midfielder Papa Bouba Diop. And of course Aston Villa, they held firm, declared to Liverpool that they had no intention of allowing the winger Ashley Young to go. Now, in case you didn't tune in last night, the money spent on Fernando Torres made him the most expensive transfer on this side of planet football this last month. Here's how his £50 million transfer fee compares to the other leagues. Now in Italy, the most money has been spent on the striker Gianpaolo Pazzini, who left Sampdoria for Inter for £11 million, plus the attacker Jonathan Biabini. In France, the fullback Rod Fanny, he went to Rennes from Marseille for £3.25 million. The biggest deal in Spain's been for the box-to-box midfielder Elias. He left Corinthians to go to Atletico Madrid for £6 million. And finally in Germany, the biggest deal has been for the defensive midfielder Luis Gustavo. He quit Hoffenheim to move to Bayern Munich for £12 million. Time for your messages, and massive debate as to the merits of Andy Carroll against Torres for Liverpool, especially given that Torres has been telling Chelsea TV down here in London that he now feels that he has finally joined a big club. The only EVG says here, with the way Torres has played and conducted himself, I'm glad he's gone, to be honest. The only EVG says, Carroll and Suarez will at least mean we play with two strikers for once. Carroll has potential, and I know he's overpriced, but who cares? You won't be saying it when he becomes the new Shearer next season. Fair enough. To Skip 039, Yes, Torres can play in the Champions League. There is no rule preventing him from doing so. Mikey Day says here, Carroll is just overrated. Edin Dzeko is better, quite clearly. Mike is a Man City fan. We'll find out over the course of the season. And just one more. Wizkid disagrees with me that Carroll is not worth £30 million. He says, not worth £30 million in a million years. Pretty much no one in England can deal with him in the air right now. Some more deals that went through yesterday for you. Ida Johnson completed a loan move from Stoke to Fulham until the end of the season. Gio dos Santos joined Racing Santander from Spurs, also on loan until the end of the season. Birmingham, they completed the signing of the striker Obafemi Martins on a 6-month loan deal from Ruben Kazan. Blackpool signed the Zenit St. Petersburg striker Sergei Kornilenko, although he's already been saying out in his homeland that he now wants to move to a bigger Premier League club. Got to watch him. Turkish forward Tunçay has completed his £5 million move from Stoke to the Bundesliga outfit Wolfsburg on a 3.5-year deal. Stephen Ireland's completed his loan move from Aston Villa to Newcastle despite failing a medical. Apparently he's 2 weeks away from fitness. The Scottish champions Rangers, they've bolstered their ranks with the loan signing of the Arsenal defender Carl Bartley, a real rising star, and Blackburn have completed the capture of the Barcelona Academy graduate Ruben Rashina for an undisclosed fee. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the winner of our Premier League shirt competition. We needed to find the total number of goals scored in 4 FA Cup matches last weekend. They were Everton against Chelsea, Arsenal against Huddersfield, Notts County against Manchester City and Fulham against Tottenham. The answer, of course, was 11. And the winner is... It's Wenblog from America, who wanted the Liverpool away kit. We'll be sending that across to you. Wenblog from America, who wanted the Liverpool away kit. You win the Premier League shirt of your choice. You win these football boots here, and you also win this football right here. Thanks very much indeed for all of your entries. We're going to continue actually. We've picked 4 runners up who can conduct their own transfer activity with the latest Football Manager game, very kindly sent to us by our friends at Sports Interactive. Now remember, Football Manager 2011 is the iteration of the award-winning Football Manager series, selling in excess of 6 million copies worldwide. Football Manager has been topping the UK PC charts for the last 5 years. The 4 runners-up are Osman the Best, who's a Liverpool fan from Sydney. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. Ddil2X, who's a Liverpool fan from Ohio. Lots of Liverpool fans winning today. Let's go through a couple more at random. We've got an Arsenal fan, Odus from Louisville, who's also won, and we'll just do one more. Random is Funny is a Fulham fan from Ontario. Those 4 will win a Football Manager game, very kindly, as I say, donated to us by Sports Interactive. But that's it for this January transfer window. Thank you very much indeed for staying with us for the last 5 weeks, and to all the people who work so hard behind the scenes. The Football Spice Show's back in the summer. I'll see you next time.